Good morning. Craig Howard here. Happy to be with you again this morning. I read a good story this morning that I just have to share with you. Um, it involved these 7 guys that used to meet every morning at a local deli in Salt Lake City. And they got tired of discussing the same topics over and over again, solving the world's problems, every morning. And they said, they wanted to share their wisdom with others in the world. They had sat there every morning discussing all these situations and said they needed to find a way to share their wisdom on a broader scale. So they set up a booth at a local farmer's market. They got a card table out and set up a booth, and they had a banner made that said, "Free advice from old coots. It's probably bad advice, but it's free." Well, don't you know, to their surprise, people began to stop at that booth asking them all kinds of questions. Questions about marriage, questions about finding a job, questions about just all sorts of things. Have I been at my job long enough to take a vacation? What should I invest in? All kinds of things. And it got to the point where they were seeing like 30 to 40 people a day at the farmer's market, and they had become one of the most popular booths at the market. People are looking for advice. They're looking for somebody who has maturity and wisdom, and that's something that doesn't come easy. It's something that people have to strive towards. People have to look towards. There's a statement that someone made. Let's see if I have the Barbara Hastings in Leadership Magazine said, "Maturity is pressing toward the mark. Immaturity is complacency and self-satisfaction." In other words, maturity comes as we're pressing ourselves to continue to grow, to continue to learn, to continue to go to continue to add to our bank of knowledge and experience. Age doesn't guarantee maturity. I'm sure you understand that. I've met some very young people who show great maturity, and I've met some very old people who show absolutely no maturity at all. It's not something that just automatically comes with age. The Bible gives us some important direction here. In 1 Peter chapter 1, verses 5 and 6, it says, "For this reason, make every effort to add to your faith goodness, and to goodness knowledge, and to knowledge self-control, and to self-control perseverance, and to perseverance godliness." In other words, he's saying, make every effort to continue to grow, to continue to add to your bank. Are you adding to your faith? Are you adding to your goodness? Are you adding to your knowledge? Are you striving to grow? Are you striving to take yourself to the next level? Are you willing to take on the next life experience? Are you willing to try things that maybe move you outside of your comfort zone, things you haven't tried before? Are you willing to stretch yourself? Maturity isn't an automatic. As somebody who has the white hair, I can tell you that maturity doesn't come automatically. Wisdom doesn't come automatically. These are things that grow in us through our life experiences. And if all we ever do is sit around and watch television, if we're not out there stretching ourselves, if we're not in the Word of God learning all we can, if we're not seeking God's wisdom and direction, if we're not asking Him for guidance and help, and then being willing to move ahead and try things that maybe we hadn't felt we were capable of or felt we were equipped with, but God called us to it, and whom God calls, He equips. Never forget that. If we don't take these steps, we're never going to be the mature person that can really dispense advice that means anything. I don't know whether the advice that these 7 guys were dispensing was any good or not, but Apparently, people appreciated it because a lot of people would come to see them every week. We live in a world that's hungry for those that have maturity. And we shouldn't. One of the great places to find wisdom and maturity is to look to those who have wisdom and maturity and ask them questions. Learn from their life experience. Don't make the same mistakes they did just simply because you don't want to listen to their advice. See what they have to say. See what path they've already walked that you may not want to walk, but you didn't know the problem was there until you asked. Well, something for you to think about. I'm not suggesting you rush out and set up a booth at the local farmer's market, but I am suggesting that you seek to grow in maturity, and that only happens as you're moving forward. You have a great day today. I pray that God just fills your day with all kinds of blessings, and Lord willing, I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.